Picture this: the most powerful family in Britain. Polished corridors, whisper-soft footsteps, teacups placed with military precision. And then, one sentence. One careless, cutting sentence that detonates like a thunderclap inside the palace. No paparazzi, no tabloids, just raw emotion, frozen staff, and a prince pushed past his limit. This was not a media scandal. This was personal. And when Princess Diana's name was dragged through the mud, Prince William did not stay silent. He erupted. Quick favor before we dive deeper. If you are enjoying this kind of royal deep dive drama, tap that subscribe button, click the notification bell. It is free, it takes a second, and it helps Royal Top Stories grow. Thank you if you did. Now, back to the storm. The morning itself began like any other royal weekday. Calm, controlled, almost boring. Clarence's house was wrapped in its usual quiet confidence, the kind of silence that smells faintly of polished wood and fresh tea leaves. Staff moved like clockwork, trained to blend into the background, trained never to react no matter what unfolded in front of them. Or so they thought. Camilla entered the room with her familiar authority, relaxed, comfortable, a woman who had fought her way into the center of royal life and knew it. She spoke casually, confidently, as if the room belonged to her. And then came the comment, not shouted, not dramatic, almost tossed away, a remark about Princess Diana that dripped with mockery and dismissal. It was the kind of comment that freezes a room instantly. Conversations stopped mid-breath. A tray wobbled, pens hovered above paper. Diana was not just a former princess to these people. She was memory, warmth, humanity. And hearing her reduced to a problem, a burden, a footnote, felt like sacrilege. Here's the twist no one saw coming. Prince William was nearby. Not storming in, not announcing himself, just close enough to hear every word. And when those words reached him, something ancient and unstoppable ignited. When William stepped into the room, the silence became suffocating. This was not the polished air we see at state dinners. This was a son, jaw clenched, eyes locked, fury held together by sheer discipline. Camilla noticed instantly. Her confidence cracked for a split second, just long enough to know she had misjudged the room entirely. William did not shout. He did not need to. His voice was low, controlled, and devastating. Every syllable landed like a verdict. He made it clear, in front of staff, in front of witnesses, that his mother's name was not a topic for ridicule. Not here, not ever. Camilla tried to recover. She straightened, she reframed, she claimed it was about public perception, about history exaggerating Diana's virtues. But the damage was done. You cannot repackage venom once it has been released. The staff knew it, William knew it, and Camilla knew it. This was no longer about opinion, it was about legacy. Diana was not loved because she was perfect. She was loved because she was human, because she touched hands instead of hiding behind gloves, because she made people feel seen, and William carried every one of those memories like armor. He stepped closer. Calm, controlled, dangerous in its restraint. He reminded Camilla that Diana's legacy did not belong to palace politics. It belonged to the people, to millions. And no title, no position, no carefully rebuilt reputation would ever outweigh that truth. Then came the moment that turned the room into legend. William told her to leave. Not politely, not diplomatically, simply, clearly, finally. Leave this room. For a heartbeat, time stopped. The idea of Camilla being dismissed by William in front of staff was unthinkable. Yet, there it was. Reality, sharp and irreversible. Camilla hesitated, pride warring with survival, but the eyes in that room were no longer hers. They belonged to Diana's son. Her heels echoed as she walked out. Each step sounded louder than the last. No one moved, no one spoke. When the door closed, it felt like history had slammed shut with it. William stood there, breathing steady, emotion barely contained. Then he left, quietly, without explanation, and only then did the room exhale. The shock among staff was immediate. These were people trained to forget what they see, yet no one forgot this. Whispers spread like wildfire through corridors, kitchens, offices. William had defended his mother, publicly, unapologetically, fiercely. Many said they had never seen him more like Diana: the fire, the refusal to tolerate cruelty, the instinct to protect the vulnerable, even when protocol demanded silence. Camilla, meanwhile, faced her own reckoning. Away from the room, away from witnesses, the humiliation hit hard. This was not public criticism from strangers. This was rejection from the future king, a reminder that no matter how far she had come, Diana's shadow still loomed larger than the crown itself. The palace the next day felt different, quieter, heavier. Every movement careful, every interaction restrained. Diana's presence felt almost physical, as if her name still commanded the walls themselves. And the ripple did not stop there. Charles was caught in the middle once again, balancing loyalty between wife and son. The family felt the fracture immediately. Unity, always carefully performed, now visibly cracked. William knew what he had done. He did not regret it. He had drawn a line, not as a prince, but as a son. And in doing so, he reminded everyone that Diana's legacy is not negotiable. This was not just a confrontation, it was a statement, a warning, a reminder that some names carry power long after life ends. Diana's ghost does not haunt the monarchy quietly. It reigns through memory, through loyalty, and through a son who will not allow her to be diminished. And that's the part no crown can control.